Indices Algebra Exercise 4A Book Day 3. In this exercise, you will be solving all the questions of the basic level. So please subscribe my channel so that you can get alerts for the next videos as well. Let's solve the basic exercise 4A basic level questions 1, 2, 3. Book D3 exercise 4A. Question number 1. Using laws of indices, we need to simplify this question. The first law of index says that a power m multiplied by a power n is equals to a power m plus n, which means that if same bases are multiplied, their simple different powers are added. So we will apply the same rule to this question. We can see the same base 2 and 2 is here, and there are different powers. This 2 power has a cube power and this 2 has a power 7. So we will apply the rule and we will write simply 2 one time, just like this a one time, and then m plus n means that we are adding 3 plus 7, so we will get 2 power 10. So this is the answer of the first part. Let's move on to the second part. The second part of this is minus 4 power 6 into minus 4 power 5. Now, since the rule says that if same bases are multiplied, the same bases are now multiplied. Now the number is negative 4, this number is also negative 4, the power is now 6 and 5. There are different powers to the same number of negative 4. So we will write, according to the same rule, we will write negative 4 and the powers will be added 6 plus 5. So the answer will be negative 4 power 11. It's very simple. Now moving on to the C part. And the C part of this question number 1 is, which says x power 8 into x power 3. Now, either it's a variable or a number, the rule applies to this and it will become x power 8 plus 3, which is x power 11. Now, when it comes to D part, it has a little bit more to it. 3y square into 8y7. So let's write this. 3y square into 8y7. We can see both these numbers have the variable y and they are both multiplied. So we can use the same rule. But for this we see that the coefficient of this y is 3 and this y is 8. So let's take the rule to this y only, and we have to first identify what are the two numbers which are multiplied together. So let's multiply 3 times 8 at first, and then y 1 times, which is 2 plus 7. Again the same rule I applied. So it will become, I know that 3 8s are 24. There are two different numbers. When we multiplied them, we get 24 and y power 7 plus 2, which is 9. So this is how you need to simplify question number 1. Now for question number 2, we can see that it is 5 power 8 divided by 5 power 3. Now in this case, the division operation has been used. So for simplifying this, we have already decided that if it is a same base like a power m and it is divided by the same base a, which is having a different power n, we simply need to write the number, either a number or a variable at once, and we will subtract the powers. Just like multiplication, we added the powers, in division we subtract the power. Even if it isn't written in the form of fraction, this rules applies exactly the same. Now let's solve this question, and for this if we apply the rule, we will get 5 one time, and we know the powers 8 minus 3, so we will get 5 power 5. So this is the answer for the first part. Now let's move on to the second part, which is sharing us the same concept, which is minus 7 power 11. Now this is exactly like the B part of question number 1, but in this case it is a division concept, minus 7 power 4. Now we see that again the same number, the same bases are divided, so we will write the base at one time, minus 7, and the power will be subtracted, 11 minus 4, which is minus 7 power 3. Now moving on to the third part, which is again 6x7 divided by 6x3 using the division operation again. Again, we can see that this is having a coefficient and this x cube is having nothing. So we know that we are not supposed to divide 6 with any number. So we can say that 6 divided by 1 is exact 6. So we will write 6 as it is. And then x power 7 minus 3, because only we are dividing this same variable. So we are dividing the variable with the same index rule, and then we will get 6x power 4. Now the d part is again having the coefficients, so let's write them. Minus 15 y power 9, and it is divided by 5y 4. Now we know that there are two coefficients, there are two different signs, so we need to cater first them. Minus 15 divided by 5 will be separated, and then we will write y power 9 minus 4 according to the rule of division. We just simply write y one times and then subtracted the power. Now we know that the two numbers can be divided by the same number 5. So 5 ones are 5, 5 threes are 15, and the negative sign and the positive sign of 5 will also be catered by the using sign rule of division. So we will get minus 3 y power 5. I hope the second question is also clear. Okay, in question number 3, using power of power rule, there is a number or a variable having one power inside the bracket and the other power outside the bracket. We will multiply the two powers by writing the number at once. This mn means that the two powers are multiplied. So we will be using this rule and finding out the solution. In a part we will have, it is 9 square and outside it is 4. So simply we will write 9, 2 4s are 8. This is the answer for the first part. Let's move on to the second part, which is h power 2, outside it is 5. So h power simply 2 5s are 10. So nothing to be very difficult. Then c part is 3 power 14 into 5 power 2, outside it is 7. Now this question requires two rules. First we will use the power of power rule, and then later on we will simply use the another rule, which is having, if we have two numbers a and b having the same power, so we can apply the same power to both the numbers, and in this case it is a power m into b power m. Similarly, reverse can also be applied if there are two numbers having different powers and they are having same powers but the numbers are different. So we will apply this a into b bracket m. So these two rules can also be alternatively used. So let's move on to this question, in which we have 3 power 14 and then 5 into. So first we will apply the power of power rule, and we will get 3 power 14 into 5 2s are 5, 2 7s are 14. Now see that the two numbers which are different but having the same power, just like this question, the two different numbers having the same power m. So we will multiply the two different numbers with the same power. So we will write bracket 3 times 5 power 14. Now we have 3 5s are 15 and the power is 14. So this is how we can simplify this question using two different rules. Now in this d part as well, we have 2 cube into 9 cube. Using this rule again, we will use 2 times 9 and the power 3 will remain same. So 2 9s are 18 power 3. This is the question solution. Then part E is simple, 2k 6 and 3 is outside. Now in this particular question, we will apply the power and power rule 2 times. Whatever elements inside the bracket, we simply use this power rule to all the elements inside the bracket. This rule is exactly like this. So we will apply first to this cube rule, this power cube to 2 as well. So it will become this way. Then we will apply this k6 having this cube. So now we will multiply, we will have this 2 cube as it is and k, 6 3s are 18. So this is how we have simplified. If there is a question in which there is a simple index or simple power which is just like a cube, so you even can simplify further and you can write 8k18. But even till here the question is simplified. Now the last part, which is the f part, for this particular case it is minus 3 x6 y square power 4. Now when it comes to 3 elements, outside there is 1 power. We will apply this rule again, that how many elements are inside, we will apply this power to all the elements of the bracket. So we will apply this rule here. This 4 power will be applied to minus 3. This 4 power will be applied to this 6. This 4 power will be applied to this y square separately to all of the elements, and this will become minus 3 power 4. And minus 3 power 4 means that when it comes to negative number and the power is even, the power makes it very simply positive. If it is a negative number, the even power makes the negative number positive. Then x, 6 4s are 24, and y, 2 2s are 4. So we will have, eventually we will have 3 times 4, which is 81, x 24, and y 4. But even here the answer is almost correct. When it comes to question number 4 of basic level, we have 14 power 13 divided by 7 power 13. Now the same power has been applied to two different numbers, but in this time, at this time we have division operation, so we will use the rule. If we have two different numbers and they are divided with the same power, we apply it exactly a by b and the power is m. Similarly, if we are dividing a by b with the same power, we can apply the same power to both. So these two rules can be alternatively used, a by b, and both. So they both are used alternatively. In this case, we will be using this rule. If it is 14 divided by 13, different numbers, and 7 divided by 13, so we will simply divide 14 by 7 using the same rule, 13 power 7 1 times 7, 7 2s are 14, so we will have 2 power 13. So this is how we have simplified. Now moving on to B part, where we have 9 power 5 4 divided by 3 power 20. Now we know that if it is 9 power 5 and 4, the power of power rule, so we will apply it. 5 4s are 20 divided by 3 power 20. Now after applying power of power rules, we have simply 20 of both the numbers, the same power is on both the numbers, so we will apply this rule and we will divide 9 by 3 and the power is 20. So 3 3s are 9, we have got 3 power 20. Now it comes to C part. When it comes to C part, it is simply m by 2 power 5. Now we will apply this rule. In this case, we will apply this rule and we will divide the numbers by using this power. So the power will be applied to both the numbers inside the bracket. So m5 over 2 power 5. As we know that we can even apply it's not a very big index, so we can apply this 2 power 5 is 32, which means 2 power 5 means that we are actually multiplying 2 5 times, 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, so it is m5 by 32. Now when it comes to D part, we have 3 power 3 by n squared and the power is 3. Now we will apply according to the same rule, just like in the above part. We will apply 3 power 3 over n power 2 into 3. Now over here we have one another thing, which is power of power rule in the bottom. So we will apply it in the bottom only, and it will become 3 power 3 over n power 2 3s are 6. Now we have two different things, like over here. Now we can't do anything, we just simply apply this 3 times 3, which is 3 times 3 times 3 means 3 power 3 means that 3 to be multiplied 3 times, which is 27 by n6. Even here the answer is correct. Okay, now we are moving on to E part, which is P4 by Q and the power is 6. So we will apply this power P4 to 6 and Q to 6. Both the elements inside the bracket, we applied this power. Now over here we have got one another rule, which is power of power, so we will apply this. P 4 6 are 24 over Q6. Now simple, the answer is simplified. Now moving on to F part, which is telling us minus x over y square and the power is 4. So again we will apply the same rule and we will get minus x. When it is an even power, the minus becomes positive, so it is x4 over y square into 4. So again 2 4s are 8. Apply the power of power rule. So we will write x4 by y. 2 4s are 8. I hope you have understood all the basic level questions 1 till 4 in detail. I hope you have enjoyed the video. Please do not forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you.